What is the outlook for legislative answers?
Europe is going to introduce Euro 6 standards in 2014, and Euro 7 is on the drawing board. Now, China has only just got Euro 4, Thailand, Russia, Euro 4. So there's a lot of catching up to be done in these markets, which are becoming pretty important markets for cars and diesel cars in the case of, for example, Thailand and also India. So there's plenty of scope for tighter legislation to push platinum demand. And if I could just focus on what's going to happen in Europe next year, the new regulations in Euro 6 tighten the NOx limits for diesel vehicles very much. And it's going to force the application of new catalysts on diesel cars. Some of these catalysts will be base metal catalysts, but a large proportion of them will be platinum and rhodium-based catalysts to control the NOx output. And this is going to certainly make a big difference to platinum demand in 2014.
Medium and long term, what is the modern world going to do that will create demand?
Medium to long term, we'll see the same major applications, I believe. Autocatalyst will still be, and internal combustion engines will be a very strong user of platinum group metals, increasingly enhanced by fuel cells. I think the jewellery markets will still be there. There's a great deal of commitment from the trade to making and selling platinum. And you have to remember that platinum is absolutely essential in most industrial applications in which it exists. Now, for sure, at the same time, companies are going to be trying to reduce their use of the materials, if they can. That's a pretty logical process. And the only question mark then remains, where will investment be as a demand area in the long term? Something that nobody can really predict. Palladium demand is very strong, and it will continue to increase just as long as as legislation tightens and that production levels increase. Whether it'll always be palladium or platinum comes back into the picture will ultimately depend upon the availability of the metals and to some degree price. One thing is worth mentioning is that Johnson Matthey's recently published a study it's done on the comparative advantages of the three metals, platinum, palladium and rhodium, in autocatalysts and gasoline vehicles. We've managed to show that platinum is equivalent to palladium.
Fuel cell vehicles are now being commercialised, so we've got Hyundai, probably going to be the company that leads that. They're talking about bringing out 1,000 vehicles prior to 2015, which was the original date that most of the OEMs said that they would be bringing out commercial production. That's going to be alongside growth in the traditional auto catalyst sector as well. So we've got rising vehicle production numbers, we've got lots of new phases of legislation kicking in 2014, which are going to be important for platinum. So Euro 6, both light duty and heavy duty, will impact platinum demand in Europe this next year. China 4 legislation is coming in for diesel nationwide next year, so that's going to have an impact as well. So we're going to see all these traditional drivers, and of course we've got the non-road sector and the heavy-duty sectors, which are still really trying to catch up, if you like, with the legislation in the light-duty side. And so we will have fuel cell growth, but we'll also have alongside that significant growth in the existing demand sectors.